Neoliberalism contends that the world economy will tend towards equilibrium if market forces are allowed to operate unhindered by state regulations. Nation-states will exercise their comparative advantages and thereby concentrate production in those sectors in which they are cheap, efficient, and competitive. Thus, as we have seen, successful East Asian industrialization is considered to be a product of the region's comparative advantage in cheap labor. This comparative advantage can only be exercised through a process of more or less open competition, as opposed to the protectionism of ISI. As an analysis of the reality of the world market, this perspective is clearly inadequate. As Chapter 5 made clear, the global market does not tend towards equilibrium. It is based on unequal competition, which itself is a product of unequal labor productivities, which themselves result from the concentration of mass production techniques, research and development, developed infrastructures, and established markets in the first world. For these reasons, Third World and other producers face unequal competition in terms of breaking into global markets, the barriers to entry discussed above, but also in terms of competing with overseas producers within their own domestic markets. It is for these reasons that states adopt industrial policies to promote exporters attempting to break into the world market and to protect domestic producers from cheap imports produced by established overseas companies. In practice, then, advanced technology, even in more labor-intensive sectors such as textiles, will more often than not outcompete cheap labor. Late industrialization is more difficult, precisely because markets have been working, not failing. In Chapter 5, I argued that the world economy did not conform to the free market utopia of perfect competition, but was instead an unequal playing field in which late industrializers suffered certain competitive disadvantages. This was not to deny that the world economy also offered certain opportunities, such as foreign investment, large export markets, cheap labor in some sectors, and so on. Nevertheless, it left solely to unregulated market forces. The dominant tendency was for capital to concentrate in particular areas of accumulation. It was in this context the strategies of ISI and EOI were located. What then of the movement towards flexible accumulation? Does this mean an increase or a decrease in the constraints and opportunities faced by late industrializers?